Jinwoo is completely wiped out after finishing his job change quest and is just chilling in bed when his sister Gina calls. She reminds him about her parent-teacher meeting, and even though he's exhausted, he agrees to go. When he shows up at the school and is in for a shock, Gon is the plain, unassuming Jinwoo instead. He's rocking a sleek new bob cut and some seriously stylish clothes. Gina's jaw drops and she teases him, asking what happened to her normal older brother. As they walk through the halls, Jinwoo turns heads, with some of Gina's classmates clearly mesmerized by his new look. Gina, grinning, jokes that she could help him find someone to hook up with. Jinwoo, unfazed, just pinch her cheek and calmly shuts down the idea. At the meeting, Jenna's teacher praises her achievements but then brings up a serious topic. What if Jinna awakens as a hunter? The teacher asks Jinwoo for his thoughts and he doesn't hesitate. He firmly says he'd never let Jinna become a hunter, even if she awakened, because it's too dangerous. The conversation shifts to Jinao's friend, Songyi, whose future as a hunter is also a concern. The teacher asks Jinwoo for advice, sensing he knows more about the hunter world than he lets on. Later, Jinwoo meets Songyi, the E-rank hunter that he and Jinwoo recruited earlier, who happens to be one of Gina's classmates. When Songyi realizes Jinwoo's brother, she tells him she has no plans to quit being a hunter, despite their earlier conversation. Jinwoo nods, respecting her determination, and asks her to come with him somewhere. Meanwhile, Hwang Dong-soo arrives in Korea from the US and is greeted at the airport by Woo Jinchul from the Hunter Association. Hwang's not impressed, making snarky comments about Korea being old-fashioned and acting surprised that someone like Jinchul would personally welcome him. Jinchul, keeping his cool, asks how long Hwang plans to stay. Hwang casually says he doesn't care much for Korea and reveals his real goal: to find Jinwoo and Jinho, not just to track them down, but to kill them in a dungeon. He plans to take out the E rank first, then the D rank. He taunts Jinchul, asking if a scrub like him plans to stop him. Jinchul, unfazed, simply says he's just doing his job. Over at the Hunters Guild headquarters, Choi Jong-in updates Go Gun-hee about their third raid on Jeju Island, which Choi led. He drops a bombshell: the ants they fought have started growing wings. Go is visibly alarmed, realizing how dangerous that evolution could be. Choi tries to reassure him, saying the ants can only fly short distances for now, but warns that could change. Go tells Choi he'll look into it immediately. Back to Jinwoo, he and Songyi arrive at a C-rank gate, where they meet An and Hyun. Jinwoo had called in a favor from An, so they're allowed to join a mission organized by the White Tiger Guild. The mission is meant to help new hunters practice, and Jinwoo belonged to show her how tough hunter life can be. They're introduced to Kim Cole, an A-rank tanker from the White Tiger Guild, who is immediately annoyed by the presence of two E-rank hunters. He thinks they'll just slow the team down. But things take a dark turn when Jinwoo notices the gate starting to transform into a red gate. He grabs Songyi's hand and tries to escape, but the gate seals shut before they can get out. Jinwoo shouts to An and the others outside, telling them to alert the primary raid team immediately. An contacts Baek Yoonho, the White Tiger Guild master, who's shocked to hear a C-rank gate has turned red. Baek promises to come right away. Inside the red gate, the team finds themselves in a completely different world, a snowy forested landscape that's eerily quiet. Kim Chul explains the situation. They're trapped in a red gate, which is far more dangerous than a regular gate. They'll have to defeat the dungeon boss to escape. Songyi, confused, asks Jinwoo what a red gate is, and he explains it cuts off all contact with the outside world and forces hunters to clear the dungeon to survive. As Jinwoo was explaining, two ice arrows shoot out from the forest. One kills a C-rank hunter instantly, while the other Jinwoo catches it midair, saving Songyi's life. Park Hee-jin, a B-rank hunter, notices Jinwoo's incredible reflexes and starts to wonder if he's really just an E-rank. The group spots two ice elves in the trees, who mock them before retreating. Jinwoo, annoyed, snaps the arrow in his hand. Songyi, shaken, asks Jinwoo about the attackers, and he explains they're ice elves, known for being cruel and sadistic. Kim Chul takes charge, explaining that their support from outside is cut off and the dungeon boss is likely B-rank or higher. He splits the team into two groups, the stronger hunters with him and the weaker ones left to fend for themselves. All A-rank and B-rank hunters join Kim's team, but when a C-rank hunter asks to join, Kim refuses, saying only A and B ranks can come. He explains that one day inside the red gate equals 1 hour outside, meaning they could be stuck for months. He tells the weaker group to just survive until his team defeats the boss. Park Hee-jin surprises everyone by volunteering to join the weaker team. Kim allows it, figuring she has her reasons. Before they split up, Hee-jin quietly asks Jinwoo if he's really an E-rank. Noting that Kim didn't even see the ice arrow earlier, the two groups head in opposite directions, with Kim leading his team toward the clearing and Jinwoo guiding his team into the forest. Both leaders wish each other luck before parting ways. Kim Chul's group runs into some serious trouble inside the red gate. As they're trudging through the icy Westland, they get ambushed by a bunch of ice elves. The attack is crazy fast and brutal. Several hunters are taken out almost instantly. Kim Chul, despite being an A-rank hunter, he totally panics. Instead of stepping up as a leader, he bails on his team to save his own skin. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's group is holding it together thanks to his quick thinking and growing power. He pulls out warm clothes and supplies from his inventory to help his team survive the freezing cold. Knowing more danger is coming, he summons his shadow soldiers to keep watch. Sure enough, a pack of ice bears shows up and attacks. The shadow soldiers jump into action, but things get dicey when the ice bear leader shows up. Jinwoo doesn't hesitate. He calls Igris his top-tier shadow warrior. The fight is intense, but Igris takes down the ice bear leader like a boss, proving just how much Jinwoo's powers have leveled up. Just when it seems like they might catch a break, the leader of the Ice Elves, Barca, shows up. His arrival is straight up ominous, and it's clear he's way more dangerous than anything they've faced so far. And now things are really heating up. Meanwhile, outside the gate, only 3 hours have passed. Huang Dongsu is getting impatient. He's itching for a showdown with Jinwoo but is stuck waiting. When he realizes Jinwoo has ties to manager An, he shifts his frustration to him, ready to attack. But before he can do any real damage, Bak Yuno steps in, unleashing his claws. Sparks fly as the two S-rank hunters clash, shaking the air with every strike. Back inside the icy wasteland of the Red Gate, Kim Chul is losing his mind. Wandering alone, overwhelmed by fear, he stumbles upon the slaughtered ice bears and panics, convinced that the dreaded ice elves are nearby. Outside, Wu Jinchul arrives just in time to break up the fight between Huan and Yunoho. Wang is still furious but backs off when Wu reminds him that Jinwoo was officially ranked as an E-rank hunter. Not convinced, he shifts his suspicion toward Yu Jinho, but realizing he has no solid proof, then he leaves for now. Meanwhile, inside the gate, the low-rank hunters are gathered around a fire, enjoying a much-needed meal. But their peace is short-lived when Kim Cole shows up. Seeing them alive while his comrade's Parish sends him into a rage, he lashes out, demanding answers and even threatens them with his sword. Just when things are about to escalate, Jinwoo appears from the shadows and takes him down with a single strike. But Jinwoo has bigger problems. He senses the presence of invisible enemies. The Ice Elf leader finally reveals himself, speaking in his native language. The real shock is that Jinwoo understands him and even responds in the same tongue, much to his own surprise. After easily dispatching a high-ranking elf with a single blow, Jinwoo learns a disturbing truth: all monsters are instinctively driven to kill humans except when it comes to him. This revelation makes him question the nature of the mysterious system guiding him. Barca offers a deal. Surrender and he'll let the remaining hunters live. Jinwoo, of course, refuses. Instead, he summons his shadow army and an all-out battle erupts. As the other hunters take cover, Jinwoo quickly realizes Barca is on a whole different level. His normal summons won't be enough. The fight between them begins in a flurry of intense, blinding strikes. Amidst the chaos, Kim Chul regains consciousness. But instead of learning his lesson, he makes the worst decision possible, attacking Jinwoo. Before he even gets close, Igris takes him down instantly. Seeing an opportunity, Jinwoo extracts Chul's shadow, bringing forth a towering, powerful warrior named Iron. While not the smartest, Iron proves to be a valuable ally in the fight against Barca. Jinwoo, Igris, and Iron work together with perfect synergy. Jinwoo's speed, Igris's deadly precision, and Iron's brute strength gradually wear Barca down. In the final moments of the battle, Jinwoo distracts Barca with a returning dagger while Iron pins him down. Then, with one final crushing blow, Iron smashes a warhammer into Barca, ending the fight once and for all. As the dust settles, the surviving hunters finally breathe a sigh of relief. The nightmare is over. Outside, Baek Yoonho and manager An watch as the Red Gate reverts to blue. But to their surprise, it's not Kim Chul who steps out, it's Jinwoo and the other low-rank hunters. An isn't the least bit shocked. He knew Jinwoo would make it out alive. Yoonho, on the other hand, has to come to terms with the reality of Kim Chul's death. Wanting answers, Yoonho confronts Jinwoo, but Jinwoo calmly turns the tables on him, pointing out that he should be grateful for the lives that were saved. Realizing he was out of line, Yoonho apologizes. As Jinwoo walks off with Son Yi, Yoonho tells An to do whatever it takes to recruit him. On his way home, Jinwoo reflects on everything that happened inside the gate. Barca's weapon is a nice reward, but it doesn't take away the weight of killing a human, something he's now done 3 times. But there's no time to Dwarning arrives and Yu Jinho shows up in fresh, shiny armor, ready for their next adventure. To his surprise, Song Yi is joining them too, and just like that, another eventful day begins.